Welcome, dear students. I am Santosh Kumar Jain from St. Joseph Junior College, Trimalgiri, before you to take up the revision session of intermediate second year accountancy portion. So, dear students, you know, already we have completed all the sessions of our digital classes and hope you have understood each and every subject, each and every chapter thoroughly. Now, this particular session called the revision session, in this session we are going to focus more on our examination questions and so on. So as you know, dear students, that part 2 of our commerce paper, it consists of accountancy, and this year the number of questions, that is the choice, has been increased. So this particular part 2, it comprises of the section number B, E, F and G. There are 4 sections dear, and if you are thorough with these 4 sections, you will be getting 50 out of 50, that is for sure. So how to get that 50 out of 50? So for that, it's an attempt to do the revision with you all. So students, section D, you know, it consists of a 20 marks question, which is compulsory question. And this particular 20 marks question, it comes from partnership account, and it may be a question either from admission of a partner or retirement of a partner. Then comes your section E. And in this section E, you are given with 3 questions. You are given with 3 questions and you are supposed to attempt any one. And this particular section, what are the questions which we expect? From this section, you get a question on consignment. You are given with a question on accounting for not-for-profit organization and one theory question. Like that, you are given 3 questions. You need to attempt one from this particular section. And then comes your section F. And in that section F, you are given with 6 questions. You are given with 6 questions and you have to attempt 2 questions. Then out of these 6 questions, 4 questions are theoretical questions and 2 questions are practical questions. And the practical question, one, it is going to come from the depreciation chapter, and the other will be preparation of receipts and payments account. And your last section, which comprises of section G. In this section, you will be given with about 10 questions. And all the 10 questions, we can say that is 9 will be theoretical question and 1 will be your practical question. Like that, this is the part 2 to be solved by you all, dear students. So, in this particular session, I am going to start with you all the section G, which is our 2 marks session. In this section, chapter wise, I am going to discuss questions with you, and simultaneously I am going to write the answers for you all on the blackboard. How your presentation must come, that is my focus in this particular session. So let us start focusing on section G, dear students. As I told you, from each chapter you can expect 2 questions. That is, from depreciation you can get 2 questions, from consignment, from non-trading concerns, from partnership, and from computerized accounting. So, from these 5 chapters, as we have 5 chapters in accountancy, from each we get 2 questions. So, chapter wise, I am going to discuss questions with you, and I expect you all to prepare and focus on these questions which are supposed to be considered as the most important question, dear students. So, to start with, without wasting much time, let us see chapter-wise questions for 2 marks and how much should be the content of each answer. So, to start with, I am starting with your chapter called depreciation. Depreciation. And in this chapter, what are the questions which we expect and what are the answers and how the presentation of answer is to come. So, the very opening question what we can expect is they will ask you, what is depreciation? The question can be, what is depreciation? And when the question comes, what is depreciation? How the answers should be. Try to write the answers in a very precise manner. So, we can write the meaning of depreciation like depreciation refers to a gradual decrease. You can write decrease, you can write decline also. Depreciation refers to a gradual decrease in the value of an fixed asset, dear. This is very important. Decrease in the value of an fixed asset due to its constant use, lapse of time, etc. over a period of time. This is the answer for depreciation. If you want, you can even add the word, like from where the word depreciation has come. If you want, you can write this particular sentence also. Depreciation is derived from the word depreciation. If you want, you write. This will be an extra point in your problem. From the word depreciation. D refers to decrease and precium refers to price. You can start your answer like this also. Depreciation is derived from the word depreciation. D means decrease and precium means price. And then you can continue. It refers to a gradual decrease in the value of a fixed asset due to its constant use, lapse of time, etc. over a period of time. Like this, you can expect the question called what is depreciation. Then, the second question, what we expect. You can expect from this chapter what is depletion. This also you can expect. Then how we are going to present answer for this. Then to start the answer for depletion, we are going to follow a very systematic way to answer the question in such a manner that the answer should be precise. And how we are going to do it? Now you see. You are going to write the answer in such a manner that depletion is used to refer. Depletion is used to refer the decrease in value of assets like mines, quarries, oil ores, etc. due to its extraction. Due to extraction. Due to what, dear? Extraction of resources. Due to extraction of resources from them. That's it. Due to extraction of resources from them. This will give you the answer for depletion. Then the next question, what we expect. Even we can expect the examiner to ask you what is obsolescence. Okay, this is also one of the important questions. And how we are going to present the answer? The obsolescence is nothing but it is decrease in value of asset because of change in taste, fashion, etc. So how the answer should be presented? Then we write that decrease in usefulness. Decrease in usefulness caused on account of. Decrease in usefulness caused on account of change in technology, taste of customer, etc. in an asset. In an asset is called obsolescence. Is called obsolescence. You can write. Then another important question, what we expect. Then you can expect the examiner to ask you what is amortization. What is amortization? So what is amortization? Amortization means writing off the part or the proportionate of intangible assets. So how we are going to write? We are going to write it refers to writing off. Please focus on the words. Here we have used depletion is used for decrease in value of assets. Here we said usefulness caused on account of change in technology. And here it is writing off proportionate. Writing off proportionate of which assets? Here it should be intangible fixed assets like, what are intangible assets? We all know, like goodwill, patents, etc. Okay, it refers to writing off proportionate of intangible fixed assets like goodwill, patents, etc. You can write copyrights, trademarks also. This is called amortization. These are the four from which you can expect one. Then, what would be the second phase in this particular chapter where we can expect another question? Then, you can expect the examiner to ask you like, what is the formula for annual depreciation? This also can be asked. What is the formula for annual depreciation? Very simple. Just you will write annual depreciation. Annual depreciation is equal to, what is the formula? You will write cost of asset minus which value? Scrap value divided by estimated life of asset. That's it. Estimated life of asset. Or you can write cost of asset minus residual value also, dear students. scrap value, residual value are one and the same. Then next question, what we can expect. Then they may ask you to write, or the question will be, what is scrap value? Or they may say residual value. Residual value. How the answer will be? The meaning of scrap value is nothing but the amount which we expect to be realized from the asset after the useful life of the asset. So how the answer we are going to write now? Let us see the answer for writing the meaning of scrap value. So answer will be, it is an which value? It is an estimated value expected to be realized. Expected to be realized when? Expected to be realized from an asset at end of its which life? Useful life. At end of its useful life. Like this, here we saw the question. How many? 6. Another 2 important questions from this chapter, what they are. Okay? What are the another 2 important questions? Then you can expect the examiner to ask you, what is which method? Straight line method. Straight line method. He can ask you what is straight line method, or he will ask you fixed installment method, or he will ask you original cost method. For all the 3 methods, the answer is same. And what is the answer? In simple terms, the answer will be, it is a method of charging depreciation. It is a method of charging depreciation under which amount of depreciation to be charged, amount of depreciation to be charged remains constant. You can write fixed also, that is also okay. Remains constant. Then you can write, it is also known as. What are the different names of this method? Then we call it as even original cost method, or we call it as even fixed installment method. So kindly keep in mind, if the question is what is fixed installment method, same answer, and you can write straight line method here. Like that, you have to change the technique of writing the answer. And then the last expected question from this chapter is, we can expect the examiner to ask you, what is diminishing balance method? Diminishing balance method. So, how the answer will be for this method? Then we'll write, it is an method of charging depreciation. It is an method of charging depreciation under which, now please concentrate on the words, under which depreciation is charged at a fixed percentage. At what, dear? at fixed percentage on written down value of an asset. That is amount of depreciation. Amount of depreciation decreases year after year. Year after year. Then what is the other name of this method? Then we'll write it is also known as, what is the name? The name is, other name is written down value method, or other name is reducing balance method. Like this, in a simple version, if you read these 8 answers thoroughly, you are going to get 2, that is compulsory. So you can write 2 from this. Now, moving towards next chapter, and that is consignment. So I am coming to the next chapter, dear students, and I am trying to focus on consignment chapter. Okay. Now, in this chapter, what are the most important questions which we expect? Then, I am putting the number 9 here so that you'll have a clear-cut idea. What is consignment? What is consignment? In a very simple manner, you are going to write answer. Dispatchment. Dispatchment. Instead of writing dispatchment, you can write sending also. But the best word is dispatchment. Dispatchment of goods by one person from one place to another person to be sold at risk of former. Former means the person who is sending. At the risk of former, for consideration. Remuneration also you can call. For consideration of commission. This is important. For consideration of what, dear? Commission is called consignment. Simple. Is called consignment. This is the meaning of consignment. Then, what we can expect in the next question? In the next question, you can expect the examiner to ask you who are the parties to consignment. He can ask you who are the parties to consignment. Your answer will be, there are how many parties? There are 2 parties. Namely, VIZ means namely. Then you can write down a consignor and you can put like this. Okay? One who sends goods. You can write one more arrow here and you can write principal. Means he is called principal. Then you can write B and you can write consignee. You can put arrow here. One who agrees to sell goods. You can write here agent. You can write here agent. So this is your answer. Then what is the next question from this particular chapter? You can expect the examiner to ask you very frequently del credar commission. Very frequently, dear students. Del credar commission. So, how the answer will be for Del Credar commission? We are going to write Del Credar commission like what? We'll say it is an commission given by, who is giving? Consignor. It is an commission given by who? Consignor to consignee to recover the risk of loss arising due to bad debts. Simple. Risk of arising due to bad debts. This is Del Credar commission. The most important question from this chapter we expect. In the similar manner, sometimes you may be asked to write about overriding commission. You will be asked to write overriding commission. What is overriding commission? Then you will say the answer like what is overriding commission. Then we'll call it is an special commission, or you can call extra commission. It is an special commission given by who? Given by consignor to consignee for making consignee to put more effort to push up sales, marketing for new product line, etc. Like this, you can write the answer for overriding commission. Okay. So, from this chapter, we can expect this. Along with this, dear students, you can even expect your examiner to ask you from this chapter called consignment another 2 questions. And what are those questions? You can expect the examiner to ask you what is proforma invoice? What is proforma invoice? In simple words, the answer will be it is a statement prepared by who? It is prepared by consignor and prepared by consignor, containing details of goods consigned. Containing the details of what? Goods consigned. What are the details? Like quantity, price, expense incurred, etc. That's it. This is the proforma invoice. Then the last important question from this chapter, what we expect. Then you can expect what is account sales. This is also frequently asked. Let us see the answer for account sales. Then we'll write it is a statement prepared and sent periodically by consignee to whom? Consignor. It is sent by consignee to consignor, informing about goods sold, expense incurred, balance etc. Like that, advanced and all also is going to come. Okay. So in this session, I was able to cover 2 topics for you of 2 marks. In the next session, I'll cover the remaining topics, dear students. That is the next 3 topics. Thank you and God bless you all, and hope you all are able to revise it properly. Thank you. Focus on the answers.